All right, thanks everyone. And hello, and thank you for joining me in our great group of delegates today in this networking field day session, where I will be talking about the NetBeez API in action. My name is Panickos, and I'm a co-founder and CTO at NetBeez. So during this session, we're going to look at some example use cases of how our customers are using our API for their day-to-day activities, such as managing, such as configuration management, as well as performing some data analytics function and integrating their NetBeez data with other tools. So we released the first version of our API in 2016, and we only provided read-only access at that point in time to allow our users access to all of the data that are being stored in the NetBeez server. It was simple enough to satisfy the needs of customers who wanted to build their own dashboards, basically, or pull data into third-party applications. But we have recently started a transition to a JSON API format with new documentation at api.netbeez.net and Postman integration. And this time we're on top of read-only access with advanced filtering and more detailed data. We are also providing a read-write access to the API, which helps our customers build automation and enable them to automate their configuration with NetBeez and build more advanced integrations. And here you can see api.netbeez.net. We have all the different endpoints that are available and all kind of easy instructions as you would expect from any API documentation. So let's go through a list of the available APIs that we have exposed for our users. Starting with the agents, you can retrieve list of agents and also update some of the attributes of the agents. We provide the target definitions of all the tests you have configured on your NetBeez dashboard. You can get Wi-Fi metrics and timing, as well as all the Wi-Fi network configurations. Regarding agent groups, you can get a list of them, post new groups, like for creating new groups and also updating them through the API. And then on the data side, we provide all the raw results for all the test types, ping, DNS, HTTP, as well as traceroute and path analysis. You can get the statistics for ping, DNS, and HTTP, where that includes also averages, standard deviation, as well as jitter and MOS. On the scheduled test side, you can create new tests as well as update them, and of course, get the list of scheduled tests. And for the test results, you can retrieve them for each of the scheduled tests with a list of agents. You can get the full list of alerts that are being triggered in the dashboard, as well as getting all the agent logs, which these specifically are associated with the WPA supplicant on our Wi-Fi hardware network agents. So now that we have an idea of the APIs, let's look at some of the use cases that our customers have been building throughout time using our API. The first category is automating the configuration management. So a couple of examples are adding agents to monitoring profiles or agent groups, as we call them. So you can basically automatically enable your agents to start monitoring targets without you having to go and manually set them up. And then another use case is renaming agents by combining third-party data. We had a customer that was managing thousands of remote worker agents, and it was very hard for them to go and manually change the names of each of the remote worker agents to correspond to the specific user. So we built together this use case to enable them to manage that better. Second category of use cases is building custom dashboards and reports. We have a GitHub library with templates on building your own custom dashboards using our APIs. And another use case that we're working on with a customer right now is building a custom ISP report for the low-performing work-from-home agents so that they can retrieve data from multiple NetBeez tests and metrics in order to provide the ISP of the work-from-home user with enough data for them to troubleshoot their problems. The next category is third-party integrations, where you can pull data into Grafana, Datadog, and Splunk, as well as other third-party applications to build your own dashboards within those. And then finally, the last category is the data analytics and exploration, where we enable you to do things like explore path analysis or trace route data by searching for hops that were discovered with a high round trip time. This is just an example. Another use case is aggregating alert counts per agent and display the top 10 over a certain time period. And finally, with all the endpoints that we provide, you can build your own data analytics pipelines for doing forecasting analysis as well as capacity planning. So these are some examples. So let's dig into more specifics of some of these use cases. So in the configuration management automation group, the first use case I mentioned was adding agent groups automatically, adding agents to an agent group automatically. So consider this scenario where you have a NetBeez Windows agent. It registers to the NetBeez Beekeeper server. And then you have a Lambda function running on AWS, continuously polling for new agents through the API. And then once it finds some new agents, based on the agent's ISP classification, you would assign that agent to specific agent groups that contain targets that are specific to those ISPs. So if you're having some targets that are that need to monitor something specific for the ISP, the Lambda function would decide on which agent groups to assign, and it would do a put request to the API, and the Beekeeper would automatically generate those tests for the targets and push them to the agent to automatically start monitoring. So without you having to do anything, as soon as an agent registers to your dashboard, it can immediately start monitoring targets. The next automation use case is naming the agents automatically. So consider, again, the example of a Windows agent registering with the user's ID that is being read from the workstation itself. It registers to the NetBeez Beekeeper server. The Lambda function is polling for these new agents. And then once it finds something based on the user ID, it can query the company's HR software to get the user's full name, first name, last name, and office number to adjust the agent name and push it to the dashboard for renaming. So if you're handling thousands of agents, this is very useful to keep your dashboard organized without having to maintain it manually. The next group of use cases that we have is the custom dashboard development. And we have developed in-house two of these dashboards. The one is called the public dashboard, where it provides a network status. And the other one is the node grid dashboard. And the source code for this dashboard is accessible at github.com/netbeez. And let me show you how these look in a working environment. So you get a list of the agents you selected to display here, and then you can view in a detailed view for each agent, past alerts, upload download speed, as well as the signal strength and link quality over the period of time that you choose here. And all this data are being pulled from the API. Next, and then the other dashboard is this NOC grid dashboard, where it gives you a full picture of all your targets and all your agents, and whether or not there are alerts triggered on those agents, and basically sorts them on the top left corner for the ones that have the failures. And these are, as I said, these are available on our GitHub page. You can pull them down, fork them, and make your own improvements. And finally, in the data analytics category, I'm going to show you a demo using a JUPYTER notebook, where you can, on how you can use the API to pull down data, do your own aggregations, explore the data, and come up with new kind of reports on and analysis on that data. So in this example, we are going to display the top 10 agents with the most alerts over the last 24 hours. So first here, you need to set up your NetBeez instance details. So first is the FQDN, and that sets the base URL. So let's run that. Then you have to add your API key, and to get that, you go to your instance. Let's open a new tab. So this will take you to your instance, and where you can generate API keys. And you can see here, we have a few generated that we're using here. So we set this up already. Okay. Then setting up the headers for accessing the API. And then we're ready to jump into our example. In this case, we set the to and from timestamps. So basically, we are getting the time now and then going 24 hours back. And then this shows you exactly the time. And then we are going to retrieve all the alerts that have been triggered from this to and from timestamps. So we retrieved all the alerts. It looks like there were 303 alerts. And you can see here all the details of those alerts. And then we will filter the alerts based on their severity. So we want all the alerts that have severity less than 5, which includes basically the critical alerts and the warnings. And then it groups them by agent and prints a table of the top 10. So you can see here all the counts for each agent, and they're sorted. And then based on the source agent ID, we're going to use that to retrieve the agent names so that it makes more sense when we plot them. Now you can see here with the names. And then finally, we run the plot, and you can see that we build this report pretty easily using the API. And that concludes the demo portion. And basically, for future improvements of our API, we're planning on providing a fire hose of events where it's going to be a data stream that you will be able to connect to and retrieve all kinds of events that are being generated by NetBeez. And of course, as we move along, we want to complete the JSON API transition so we have a more uniform set of APIs.
At the beginning of your chat there, you mentioned something about a supplicant in regard to the NetBeez end user agent. Are you saying, is there an integrated 802.1x supplicant within the NetBeez agent?
Yeah, and this is for the hardware agents that do the wireless monitoring for on-prem.
Okay.
And those agents are reporting continuously in the agent logs, the WPA supplicant logs, so that you can do your troubleshooting easier and understand what were the logs at the point that you're looking at.
Okay, so that's not integrated into the endpoints that would be on Windows and Mac clients.
No, that's because we don't have like Windows is using its own drivers and so on. So this needs to be a little more managed to be able to retrieve that data.
Understood. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.